everyone, how's it going? It's Metal. Welcome back to the channel. So I just got out of seeing Olivia Wilde's directorial debut, Booksmart. So let's get right into it already. Booksmart, it follows two academic high school students, Amy and Molly. They are the kind of students, they're the kind of people that love to study for every single exam, every single pop quiz, and all of that. And they love to do all of their homework just so they can get into really good colleges. But it turns out, Molly finds out that everyone else in school is partying it up, doing all of this fun stuff while still managing and being able to get into good colleges as well. And so Molly finds this out and she freaks out. Like, she's totally pissed off. And so she has to somehow convince her best friend, Amy, that they have just one last night before they graduate high school. And so they need to party it out. They need to find any sort of party they can get to and just have fun while it's their last, whole night before they graduate high school. So Molly has this mindset that she wants to prove to everyone in school that her and her best friend, Amy, are really fun people to hang out with, and that they're not just these kind of students that want to just study all day and do all their homework in time so that they can have straight A's all the time. No, that she wants to prove that her and her best friend are actually fun people and that they want to party with everyone else. And that's kind of the gist of the movie, really. Now, this is by no means a bad film at all. In fact, there are a lot of really well-directed elements that Olivia Wilde does indeed bring to the table here. She clearly knows the comedy genre pretty well, and I do respect that. I admire her directing, especially for a directorial debut. Especially this is her first film that she's ever directed, and she didn't do a bad job. She didn't. She really did not. She really put a lot of efforts into this project, and she kind of succeeded on a technical level, for me, personally. There are certain elements of this movie that were funny, and that I did laugh at, and a lot of the jokes do land, but then there are some that don't really land all that much. But this is the kind of movie that is just personally not for me that much. I'm kind of not really the target audience for this movie, honestly. There are a lot of music choices that this movie has that just don't really work. And in fact, a lot of the music in this movie is just pure garbage, in my opinion, of course. But I'm not really the one to say that this is not the right music for Olivia Wilde's vision. No, that's not what I'm saying here. She has every right to have whatever she wants in her movie. That's totally fine. It's really in her right, and it's her film. It's her first one, nevertheless. There are a lot of different things that really do bother me about this movie, for sure. There are certain decisions that Molly makes and that Amy makes in this movie that I don't really agree with, honestly. Now, however, there are scenes that are kind of emotional that do feel earned, and I like that. But then there are others that don't really feel earned. And I think that's kind of a problem. I think that's where this film really suffers plot holes. That's my main complaint with this movie. I think that this film really does suffer from plot holes, for sure, especially towards the end of the movie. The plot holes in this movie are almost virtually impossible to ignore, in my opinion. It was definitely really cool to see Jason Sudeikis in this movie as well. He was a principal in this movie, and I think it's pretty hilarious, in fact. It's really cool to see Olivia Wilde's husband in this movie. It's kind of like a reminder that Olivia Wilde is directing for the first time, and so she kind of I guess, I don't know for sure, but I guess she wanted to kind of just just add her husband in there, just for the sake of it, I guess. But yeah, it's a cool little reminder that, yeah, she is directing this movie. So I thought that was nice. And funny enough, well, Jason Sudeikis' character, well, Principal Jordan, I think his name was that. I don't quite remember his character's name, but yeah, I think it was that. Yeah, it turns out that Principal Jordan was actually a Lyft driver as well, and yeah, but that gets find out like later on in the movie actually, and I thought that was pretty funny. And well, funny enough, actually, there's a situation that actually happens inside of the within the left right itself. Basically, well, this is going to be kind of a spoiler here, so if you don't want to hear this, just kind of click off right now. But it is definitely inside of a pretty uncomfortable situation because not every day you go into a Lyft ride and you expect a principal to be your Lyft driver. That just doesn't happen very often, at least. Amy and Molly, they have to catch a Lyft ride to go to their next party. And it turns out, well, yeah, like I said earlier, it's their principal. And I can kind of see that as being a pretty awkward situation to be in, and a pretty just just a pretty cruel situation to be in. But there's a thing that happens within the left ride, and you guys should know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. But wow. Oh my goodness gracious, like that was just an hilarious scene. It was so funny. And I thought it worked. I thought it was gold. Like totally gold. Man. So funny. So funny. Let's just say that it involves a phone, and that's all I'm going to give away. That's it. You guys got to see the movie for yourselves to know what I'm talking about here. But yeah, moving on. So Booksmart is a well-made comedy, is a decently well-made comedy from a person that knows the genre pretty well. And I like Olivia Wilde a lot. I think she's a really good actress as well. I liked her in many different films. I thought that she was actually really good, and I think I have it up here. She was really good in Change Up, actually. Change Up was a really good comedy, and I really do like this a lot. I think she's learned a lot from this movie, really. Yeah, you can really tell that Olivia Wilde kind of took notes from this movie and kind of, made her own movie out of it. But but that's a totally different movie, by the way. That's a totally different plot. But yeah, but you kind of get my point. She knows the comedy genre pretty well, and I like that. It's good. But it's not anything spectacular. I just thought that it was a good starting point for Olivia Wilde, and I hope that she directs more movies as well. I know she's going to. It's almost no doubt about that. But yeah, so overall, Booksmart gets a C+. Not a bad film. I just think that if she kind of works on more films, I think that she'll get way better at it, of course. And I honestly wouldn't mind her directing a horror film or maybe another comedy or something else. But yeah, so what did you guys think of Booksmart? Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section. I will be sure to read all your comments. I never leave you guys hanging. You guys all know that already. So until next time, everybody, take it easy, guys, and take care, everyone.